The crypto charts are growing complacent. This Bitcoin chart is flashing a huge warning signal. And if we fail to prepare, then we are going to get caught out in a very big way. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what is most likely to be happening next in Bitcoin and crypto that no one else is talking about. I'm also going to talk about how we can prepare and why we need to prepare for what happens next. I'm going to go on to talk about key narratives and a couple of projects that I am holding right now, and one, in fact, that I'm going to be buying in the coming days. So do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get into today's video. So right here we see something on coinglass.com, and if you come down to the liquidation map, you will see something very interesting. This through here is the Bitcoin price, and the colors behind represent something very important. These yellow lines represent liquidations and liquidity, which means when the price comes up here, it cancels out all of these short trades and hits stop losses, turning them into buys. Therefore, you would anticipate when it hits all these for the price to continue. What we get is a lot of sells that know that those buys exist, and the big money is pushing it into those zones to sell it off. The fact that we don't come all the way into here and we just go lower is a little bit concerning as far as I'm concerned, and I think we could well be pushing into these green zones further down because they didn't want to push it higher because they knew it wasn't time. So why am I so concerned? Well, because if we look at the Fear and Greed Index over on Twitter, you will see something concerning. We sit in the middle of Bitcoin, okay? When we're sat in the middle, no one's paying attention. And the problem with not paying attention is this. Have you ever not paid attention to crypto for a while? Suddenly you get a ping, an alert on your phone in the morning, and you're like, holy shit, I am down 30 or 40% on my portfolio. What's the first thing you do? If you knew, you probably rush to your trading account and you switch it back to USDT. You see another coin that's pumping, you try and move it into that, and then within an instant you're down another like 10 grand, maybe $400, 500, whatever it is. Why did you do it? Because you didn't prepare properly. And why should we prepare properly? Well guys, I'm going to teach you a little bit of biology, and it's important that you listen, because if you can understand how you react and I react and everyone reacts, then you'll understand why pretty much everyone loses in crypto, and why you're not going to lose from now on because you're now smarter. Have you ever looked at a chart falling and felt that pain, that fear inside of you? When it's the same fear that people get when a lion or a tiger or a dog is chasing them. And that fear causes our body to do something very interesting. It causes the blood to flow to our arms and our legs and away from our brain and our other vital organs, so that we're ready to fight against the lion or the dog or whatever it is that's attacking us. But unfortunately, no matter how hard you think you are, or no matter how hard you try, you can't fight a crypto chart. Believe me, I've tried. And that means because our blood's not in our brain, it makes us stupid. We're not doing smart stuff anymore. When was the last time you made a good decision when you were stressed? I know I haven't done it for a very long time. I don't think I ever have. And it's all because of this. So if we don't prepare properly and we suddenly get hit with a result that we weren't expecting, this is what we're going to do. We're going to absolutely crap ourselves and we're going to do something stupid. The same goes for when the markets are pumping towards the upside and we get that FOMO when we dive in. It's the same stress. We think we're missing out on something, and this is why we do it. So first things first, before you even trade, ask yourself, are you stressed? That's a good one to start with. Now I want to point something out before you're like, oh, he's just trying to FUD me and he's trying to shake out the market so that he could buy in cheaper. Guys, no, I'm not, okay? What I'm just telling you right now is the markets right now are in a precarious position where I think that there could be a little bit of a dip coming. If there does come about a time when we see a big dip, we will see a wick down, and I think that we will see a great buying opportunity. But I might be wrong. It might not happen. It might just continue towards the upside. So I'm not going to sell anything anticipating a move lower. Because why would I do that? No one knows, no matter how hard they try to tell you that they know, whether we go up next or we go down next. Data and information and ideas can only take us so far, but no one has 100% of knowledge of where we go up next, down next, or sideways next. Therefore, we must prepare as if we don't know or care about whether it goes up or down. And the only way for that is to have money in crypto right now, because we are in a bull market, and have some money set aside so that if we do see a dip, we're ready to act on it, to strike. We look forward and embrace the opportunity rather than get stressed and sad because our bags are falling apart. Now, as we look into this other heat map on CoinGlass, CoinGlass is free, by the way. Okay, I'm not shilling it, right? Go and use it if you want. You can see that a lot of these coins are sat on the RSI a little bit lower down into this kind of like weak territory. Not quite into the oversold territory, but like lower down, which means they're actually reasonable value to DCA into potentially now. Some of them, not all of them. So what am I doing right now? Well, I have my core bag of crypto, which I'm probably not going to DCA more into, okay? What's in my core bag? I'll give you a couple of ideas. First one is Chainlink. Why? Well, last year we saw Larry Fink saying that the world is going to go tokenized. He is the CEO of BlackRock. He understands and probably has a very big part in this idea. World going tokenized means that all stocks and shares and everything would be moved onto the blockchain, and I think loads of other things would be as well. Sporting results, weather, you name it. And in my opinion, there's few projects out there that are actually going to be able to capture this more than Chainlink. Now, what was a bit of a catalyst to perhaps seeing that we were going to see more growth in Chainlink coming soon was this. Bitcoin ETFs now hold 3.3% of current Bitcoin supply. Already, in the space of a couple of weeks, you've seen 3% or so of the entire Bitcoin supply now being in the hands of big money. Big money mostly controlled by BlackRock, who think that the world's going to be tokenized. Therefore, Chainlink was a fairly obvious option. Now, I'm not saying to go and buy Chainlink, guys. Now, if you were subscribed to the channel, you would have been buying down here along with me when we identified this dip of basically this Wyckoff accumulation. Now, since then, we've had a push, we've then had a redistribution, and then we're seeing a further push right now. I don't anticipate that Chainlink's really going to go significantly higher than maybe sort of 70 to 100 bucks over the next year or so, which, yes, it's like 5x, which is not very much, okay? But it's going to happen earlier. It's happening now. It's happening before the rest of the market gets running. So what I will do is I'll DCA out of the larger cap coins, like the Bitcoin, Chainlink, Ethereum, into the kind of the more risky assets when it is time. Other coins in that main focus group right now, Solana, mainly because the volume is crazy. It's overtaken Ethereum on daily volume recently. Arbitrum also doing really well on a layer 2 perspective, but I don't hold Arbitrum. I'm mainly focusing on Mantle and Metis in terms of the layer 2s. And yes, if you're aware and you've been asking for this is pretty much my portfolio that I'm going through right now. So you better damn well subscribe if you want to understand how I move my portfolio around as we go on. Now, outside of that kind of core bag, I'll then look into a key narrative, a narrative that I am really focused on right now. Which narrative is that? Well, again, you probably know this. I'm now really trying to drive into AI, artificial intelligence, as well as GameFi, and what underpins them all is in fact Deepin, decentralized physical infrastructure networks, which hold, you know, the key to success of all of these. If GameFi does really well and AI does really well, then the Deepin that underlies it will also absolutely clean up. And no one's really been talking about it, okay? I started talking about it in like November time. Just last week, we saw Coin Bureau, the biggest channel on YouTube, making a video about Deepin. If you want to learn more about it, go to masari.io and you can go and learn more about Deepin. Now, I'm so bullish on Deepin because there's such a massive demand on decentralized compute networks, okay? All these kind of games and AI and everything is really demanding on GPUs. People don't have GPUs in order to drive these projects forward. They have to go and find other suppliers through decentralized networks. And that's why we've been seeing huge growth recently from the likes of Render. Render's been a bag that I've been holding and have been slowly adding to. But if Render continues to push, I'll be starting to pull money out and putting it into other smaller cap Deepin coins. If I want to talk about coins that are still good value within that particular sector, I'm going to say Filecoin is one of my kind of bigger bags outside of that kind of core unit. Why? Well, because it's decentralized storage. It's essential for the development of AI going forward. These large language model platforms building up, they need things like Filecoin, but yet Filecoin hasn't even broken out of its kind of distribution range. I'm still confident that Filecoin could see a significant push in a short period of time up to around 26 bucks. And if it goes to all-time highs, it's around $220, which is a huge push, somewhere around 48x. We've also doing similar things, but I like kind of how Filecoin integrates AI, and it's probably a bit of a dark horse of the whole Deepin narrative. We're now also seeing Binance talking about Deepin, so it's worth getting across to this, and you can learn more about these kind of different areas. Compute, you've got artificial intelligence, you got there Bitenza, you got Fetch AI, Jensen, IO.net, which is going to be launching soon. I talked about it on a video I made the other day. Storage networks, got Filecoin, Arweave doing some great stuff, looking very promising as well with a smaller market cap than Filecoin. Coming into compute, you've got a Cash, Render, some big guns in here. And one that I am very excited about, and I know my community is Ether. Now, I made a video about Ether the other day as a potential render killer. Since then, Ether have reached out to us and are now offering to do a pre-sale within our community. So why would you want to be involved in a pre-sale? Well, pre-sale allows you to get in at a reduction in price. Now with Ether, for example, you might be able to get a 30, maybe a 40% decrease on the initial coin offering launch, on the actual launch price, which means when it launches, you'll be like 30 or 40% up instantly. And on some of the other projects, some of them will do a 5 to maybe even a 30x on launch. And that's why we created a community venture capital fund where you can invest in new blockchain technology projects, unheard of across crypto. You don't need to stake any tokens. You literally just need to become a member of the inner circle in order to participate in these pre-sales and cash in on absolutely monster projects. So we have Ether coming up in just the next couple of weeks. And that's one of the biggest opportunities coming, because I'm aware, having talked to the CEO, that no one else has this opportunity right now. Now, this can all be found in the inner circle, which is linked down below, and is just $19.99 per month. In there, you go to the ICO zone, and then you'll be able to access those pre-sales. And you can follow a handful of carefully selected traders, and you can see here various take profits being hit all the time. You can access trades and make profits when they do just by copying their trades, although it's obviously your responsibility to do it with caution. There's a chat group where you can link up with other traders around the world and find out new information about projects that are coming up all the time. I do a few exclusive videos through the week talking about projects and things that I don't talk about on my YouTube channel, and so much more. This is all $19.99, guys. It's unheard of value. Link down below in the inner circle. So what am I saying right now? My core crypto doesn't really get touched during these periods of time, but the narratives, the exciting time is coming. When Bitcoin eventually gets pumping and we see that crypto market break through this kind of area in the market, you're going to see the narratives really start to pick up, in my opinion. That's why I'm now looking at opportunities in these key narratives. If we see a dump in the market, then I am ready to pull the trigger. For example, in Render. Right now, it looks like Render is starting to fail at this level here, putting in a lower high, and if we see it fail, it could really take a revisit down towards this zone, and that would give me a discount on the price, something around 22%. So instead, like others who'd be panic selling into that period of time, I would be happy because I'm ready. I can right click, I can add an alert. I know that I'm going to be buying Render if this happens. Now, obviously, guys, that's not a financial advice piece, okay? This is just what I have for my strategy. I'm talking about being prepared for every eventuality. If the market suddenly turns around and pumps, then maybe I put up here the right click that I say, maybe I take profit or I sell 20% of my Render position. This allows me to act calmly and coolly no matter what happens. Now focus your attention into a key narrative that interests you. As you can see, I've gone after Deepin and AI and GameFi, okay? If your thing is finance and DeFi, then go and look into DeFi. Within every sector, there's going to be cryptos that will absolutely kill it. In my opinion, some will be more successful than others. And obviously I've told you which ones those are. Now this is going to allow you to cut out the noise, not pay attention to all the stuff going on around you, and really delve into the meat and bones of what you need to be learning. Because if you learn about these different cryptos you're investing in and they take a dip towards the downside, you know that they're bound to go up in the future. If you're in Solana, for example, and you know that a load of projects, Deepin projects such as Render, etc., are moving across to Solana, and Solana takes a dip to $80, well, now you know, okay, I'm confident, I can buy into Solana knowing full well that it's going to go back up again. If you don't know about projects and they take a dump on you, you're going to panic, and that's what we don't want to do. This is all about alleviating panic. It's all very straightforward. Now, there are a bunch of new projects launching within the Deepin space at the moment, and I am very bullish on a number of them. Obviously, Ether is one that I'm excited about, but there are a few others as well. And if you want to find out what those projects are, I'll be covering them in more depth in various live streams and things that I'm going to be doing during this week. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you want to find out more about them. Now guys, if you want to be trading cryptocurrencies and moving between different coins, then it's a no-brainer that you should be using MEXC because it has 0% spot maker taker fees. It's free to trade on at the moment. Okay, that means you can trade between any coins you want. It's not going to cost you anything. It's unheard of. They have over 4,500 different altcoins, which is also unheard of. They have more coins than anyone else in the entire space. And if you use my link down below, you'll also get an additional bonus. Now, another thing that's important, there's no KYC on MEXC if you're transferring funds in and out, which means you can trade freely. But if you're in the US or a handful of other countries, you won't be able to access MEXC. So all you need to do is go to my link down below for a NordVPN, and you can pick up a NordVPN, which allows you to appear like you're in a different country, and therefore you can use MEXC or any other platform that might be banned in your own country. The link down below will give you 4 months for absolutely free, and then after that, it's $2.50 per month. $2.50 is like the price of a cup of coffee, and you can see there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like using it. You will like using it. It's the one that everyone uses in crypto. It's the absolute best. And with my link down below, it's the absolute cheapest available. It also will protect you from people spying on your accounts, spying on your trading, and it will keep you and your money safe during this crypto bull market. If you're trading crypto, then this is an essential bit of kit. And yes, guys, NordVPN is a sponsor. If you use my link down below, I will make a small commission, but you'll get the absolute best deal available. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.